Hey, welcome back to the podcast, the Evil Dungeon Master Universe AD&D podcast. I'm your host, Evil Dungeon Master Vince. Yeah, no, I keep botching up the name because I changed it halfway through season 8 to reflect what I was really doing. But anyway, welcome to the show. It is Monday. It's time for another show right before I hit the road to go to Gen Con. So if you are going to Gen Con this year, let me know. Hit me up with an email, ask the DM at theevildm.com, and we can possibly meet up. I know quite a few people have emailed me and said they were going to show up there, and they'd like to at least chat for a few minutes, have a beer, whatever, even play in some games. So I do have some of those people looking to do that. If you want to join the list, or just hit join whatever, I don't want to call it a list, but just join the fun, go ahead and email me. TheEvilDM.com is my website. Patreon.com/TheEvilDM is where you can support me. Now on to the show. Let's talk about AD&D. Always have to get the stuff out the way. Today we're going to flip to the Dungeon Master Guide, and we're going to talk about a magical item, one that I kind of like, and kind of what I usually do in a lot of my campaigns. I usually have a MacGuffin in my campaigns for the players to chase after. And this one is no exception. I'm going to talk about the Book of Vile Darkness. Yeah, and in 3rd edition, they actually came out with a Book of Vile Darkness that was actually very cool and kind of rare. Or I should say, not kind of rare, but kind of expensive if you're trying to look it up and buy it. I'm not sure why it's so expensive, but I was looking at it the other day, and people were selling it for outrageous prices. I saw it in half-price books, and it was sitting in the bookcase for at least $100, and I was a little surprised by that, but maybe it was a limited run. But anyway, page 139, Book of Vile Darkness. This work of insufferable evil is meat and drink to the clerics of that alignment. It's an interesting way to put it, in my opinion. To fully consume the contents requires 1 week of reading, but when such has been accomplished, the evil cleric will gain 1 point of wisdom and experience points sufficient to place him or her exactly halfway to the next level of experience. Clerics neither good nor evil who will read the book. So if you're not good or not evil, interesting how they worded that one, will either lose 30,000 to 100,000 experience points or become evil without benefit from the work. There is a 50% chance for either. So you have a 50-50 chance here of either losing 30,000 to 120,000 experience points, or you'll just become evil automatically, but you won't get any of the benefits of becoming evil. So you're just evil. Good clerics pursuing the pages of this unspeakable book of vile darkness will have to save versus poison or die. Amazing. And if they do not die, they must save versus magic or become permanently insane. In the latter event, even if the save is successful, the cleric loses 250,000 experience points, less 10,000 for each of his or her points of wisdom. So the DM says you lose 250,000 experience points, and let's just say you have a wisdom of 18, so you would lose 18 times 10 would be about 180,000. So you take the 180,000 and you minus it off the 250,000, and you would get minus 70,000 experience points because you have an 18 wisdom. If you have an 18 wisdom, for example. Other characters of good alignment will take 5d6 hit points of damage from handling the tome. And if they look inside, there is an 80% chance a night hag will therefore come to the character that night and attack. Non-evil neutral characters will take 5 to 20 points of damage from handling the book, and reading the pages will cause them to save versus poison or become evil, immediately seeking out an evil cleric to confirm their new alignment. It's interesting that you have to go out and confirm your new alignment. It's like you have to have your confirmation, like with the Catholic Church when you become confirmed. I wonder if that was kind of a little bit of a little jab to that there, but It's an interesting book that you'd have to, as a group, really be careful about it if you're going after this book. Now, ways we can really use it, since this Book of Vile Darkness is so powerful, what we can do is the book is the villain itself. The book isn't just a read, it acts, it whispers, it tempts, it manipulates NPCs long before the players even see it. So imagine an entire cult that isn't worshiping a god or a demon or whatever, they're worshiping the book itself. These NPCs that are loyal to the book, not because they fear, but because they're convinced that this book chose them, made them the one. So the party arrives at the village to find villagers bending over backwards to protect something they've never even seen, more than likely. The book is just a presence, it's not an item. It's just something that they're protecting for whatever reason. Now, obviously, you'd send the group on a quest to destroy it, knowing that the book might corrupt their souls. But the whole point of this is you're good heroes and you're risking your life for the good of quote unquote humanity. Destroying the Book of Vile Darkness should not be easy. Maybe it can only be burned in dragon fire while blessed with cool waters from the ashes. I don't know. Maybe it must be taken to the positive material plane and erased word by word under the light of the celestial being. Some weird things here I wrote down. Or maybe destroying it unleashes everything inside like a Pandora's box. You open it up or destroy it, everything comes flying out. Now the players have to destroy how to destroy the book or guard it from unforeseeable evil in the future. So maybe even while they have the book, every time the PCs handle the book, something changes. The paladin maybe suddenly stops skipping his morning prayers to his god. The thief develops like some type of cruel little habit in the group and he starts maybe torturing small animals or something. The wizard starts dreaming of, not being a wizard because they're supposed to be magic users and dreams like red blood symbols that just appear randomly on walls as he's walking around. And then when he wakes up, he starts seeing these random symbols, so it starts to freak him out. I know I personally, if I've dreamt something and I see something similar in real life, it kind of goes, ooh, whoa, that's a little freaky. They don't just turn evil, they show it in moments that makes like the players themselves feel a little uncomfortable. Slowly strip the line of between I'm holding this for safekeeping and I'm starting to believe. Trim that line down just a little bit as time goes by, as this book is slowly corrupting them, kind of like a Necronomicon type deal. Now, obviously, if your player characters have this book and they're guarding it from something or trying to bring it somewhere to destroy it, there's always going to be someone that's seeking it. So, a powerful NPC, maybe a lich or a vampire lord, maybe even a, I don't know, zealous, good, quote unquote, good magic user is obsessed with acquiring the book. Um, he's not sure what he wants to do, but he sends assassins, mercenaries, even fake venturing parties. The party isn't carrying the loot; they're basically carrying this target on their backs. So, another creepy thing I thought about is when the players' characters get the book finally, and then they notice that the book has a lot of blank pages in it. And as they're traveling, suddenly new pages appear inside the book in the party's handwriting. So it could be someone in the group randomly has a page in there written in their style, but they don't remember when they wrote in the book or if they wrote in the book. Maybe even the book starts answering questions for the party inside the book. It even records inside the book sins that the PCs have done but not even committed. Maybe past sins that they don't want people to know. Sins in the future. The book starts predicting things as it actually happens, which would be a little bit difficult for a DM to do, but it's not impossible. Then it starts writing things that the player characters don't want to see. Creepy things, just outright bone chilling things. So I don't know what to tell you here. Maybe there's a lot of things you can do with this simple, just one paragraph book that's pretty much an artifact, in my opinion. It's not just a magical item. The power of this book is the level of an artifact. They don't list it as an artifact, honestly. It lists itself right under the magic treasure miscellaneous. The Book of Vile Darkness is a powerful item that should be listed as a artifact. And I don't know why I just spoke like Shatner there, but it should be listed as an artifact, and it should be something that should be used very rarely in your game. There should only be one book of Vile Darkness. There should be not multiple books of Vile Darkness, like, Boots of Elvenkind. There's, a bunch of those, or this or that. So tell me what you think in the comments about this. I'm interested to hear what you think about the Book of Vile Darkness, if you used it in your campaign, how you used it in your campaign. I'm really interested to know. I gave you a couple ways to incorporate it into your campaign and kind of explain my thoughts on it. I'd like to hear your thoughts. So ask the DM at theevildm.com is my email address. That is theevildm.com. Theevildm.com is my website where you can sign up for the newsletter. So whenever I post up a new video or I post up a new podcast, you will get it straight to your inbox, and you can just basically watch it there or listen to it right there. With that said, I'm going to head out. I will see those of you that have emailed me at Gen Con. I will try to put up some videos this week on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/theevildm, where I will be just doing some little updates from Gen Con if I can do them along the way. Maybe I'll throw in a podcast as well with some people. If I can get an interview going with some people, I'd love to do that. I had a lot of fun doing that way back when Roll for Initiative was on the air. Anyway, keep it original, keep it old school. Good night, and God bless everyone.